Yo, it's good. It's Skano from the gutter. Desperate times call for desperate measures, right? So, this is Assistant Mayor, Cynthia Gonzalez. Now, I spoke on her previously. It's the same council member, well, Assistant Mayor, whatever her official title is. This is in Southern Cal. Uh, I forgot the name of that district, but woo woo. It's the same council member that was secretly recorded, making all the disparaging racial remarks regarding black folks. Now, apparently, you know, Biden had, called for her to resign, but woo woo. Anyway, that was some time back, but so recently, this chick goes on social media. I don't think, Latinos fully grasp, how the political. You cannot go on social media and cater to gang members. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. Not if you're a council member. So she went on to a social platform, basically, reaching out to the Latino gang members, telling them, hit them front lines. Now, this is coming off like you inciting, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to get shit popping. From what I understand, there could be a federal investigation behind this. But woo woo. Like I said, she goes on social media. And this is in light of all the, this shit going on with the deportation. Uh, and like I said, MS 13, you know, Borio 18, any Latino sets out in Cali, she's calling for them to, take action. You know what I'm saying? Stand up for the cause. It's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. As I said, maybe this is something you should have did under the radar. Under the radar. Subtlety. So, hey, I'm not saying that the logic is necessarily flawed. Maybe this is something y'all should have, thought of initially. But like I said, be a little bit more subtle about it. In any event, it's neither here nor there. What y'all gonna do with your goofy ass is turn this into a security issue. Because right now, like, the protest, woo woo. Now, if you get gang members out there, you know what I'm saying? This shit take on a whole different complexion. I'm just saying from, the powers that be from their standpoint of things. You turn this shit into a security issue, you're gonna have the military down there. First of all, I mean, I could be off. I highly doubt any Latino members showing up to no fucking protests, man. Are you serious? The ones that are legal, you know what I'm saying? First of all, do it make any sense? Because a lot of them are illegals now. Do it make any sense for these illegal gang members to show up at these protests at all? Do it make any sense at all? But even the legals, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Latino logic, and I don't mean no disrespect. But like I said, I don't think y'all fully grasp, the political, you know, idiosyncrasies. What, this ain't it. This ain't it. But, hey, good luck. Good luck with that. So, like I said, man, desperate times call for desperate measures. They reaching out to, the African immigrants. They're reaching out to FBAs, even black Latinos and gave them the stiff arm. Apparently, hey man, you got to do what you got to do. But it's neither here nor there, because now what I will say, the only ones that's safe, as like I said, the percentage of illegals and Latinos that were employed by these food corporations. You know what I'm saying? They safe, and because like I said, man, Americans not lining up to get out in them fields, man. That's slavery. You know what I'm saying? But so like I said, this ain't it. It's back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. You're gonna have to, run another play, because this is goofy. You know what I'm saying? But Latino business. On a serious note. So Jaro City Rell, he got shot and killed, I think a couple days ago in Chicago. His son right there. And you say, well, what else is new? You know what I'm saying? Every day it's another murder. And as far as the members are, it ain't a lot of sympathy, right? But I'll tell you what, man. All that said, my heart hurt for these kids, man. It's a lot of kids coming out of Chicago, and not just Chicago, obviously. Trenches all over this country, man. They're never going to be the same. We see things, we expose the things that change your psychopathy. It rewires you, and you are never the same. So I think it goes without saying, you see your father, shot down like this dude, I'm not even gonna get into his whole, what he got going on. It don't even matter now, Well, it matters to those involved, but apparently dude had just come out of church, and it said that Rell, it said that he went to church and he got saved, gave his soul to Christ, and he comes out the church and get lined up. Now, I know a lot of people think that killers cannot, if you a killer, you a throwaway. You cannot be redeemed. That ain't the case. That's not the case. I think God held them demons off just long enough. God knew this dude's soul. I don't know Rell, and nobody can judge Rell but the Most High. I believe this dude had a good heart, man. There's killers out here with good hearts. That sound like an oxymoron or sound crazy, right? There's killers out here with good hearts. It's just circumstances, or you get yourself caught up in circumstances, but no matter how lost you may think you are, man, you come to God, He will make Himself. I think God held them demons off just long enough for dude to get his soul right. And because I think, there's a cost to pay. So getting your soul saved or not. Certain things we do on this earthly plane, that ain't no escaping that karma. But that don't mean that you can't get your soul right with God. So whatever transpire here, if your soul right with Him. So I say all that to say, man, I believe, this is just my belief. I believe dude had a good heart. And God, you know what I'm saying? God know His children, man. Whatever you involved in, you still His child. Some of y'all some demons. I ain't gonna lie, you're Satan's seed. But I think, you know what I'm saying? God held them demons off just long enough. And It's like, come on home. So, but my heart hurt for his kid, man. You know, to hear that kid, his son, screaming like that, running, screaming, while his father is being shot down. Kid ain't gonna be the same, man. I mean, I pray that you know what I'm saying. But it's a lot of kids coming out of these trenches, man, that ain't never gonna be right. And you know, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. But I say all that to say, man, no matter what you've done, you know, you may not even feel like you can be redeemed. I understand. You know what I'm saying? And I also understand that, you know what I'm saying, God will receive us. No matter how dirty your soul is, He'll clean you up. No ops left, Scano. You already know.